تحية طيبة جميع الأصدقاء، مساء الخير، صباح الخير. وقتاش ما كنتي كتشوف هذا الفيديو، واحد البلان بغيت نبدا به هو الأول بالنسبة للسبسكرايبر الجداد. سبسكرايبيتو في وقت سيء لأن خوكم مشغول بزاف واحد شوية لدرجة اعتذرت للفانز ديالي ولا عفوا كنحملش هاد الكلمة، الفانز ديال الشانل أنهم غيصبروا عليا هاد السيمانة، عندي بزاف ديال الخدمة وجزء من ليفينمون نقدر نبارطاجيه معكم ان شاء الله في اليوتيوب اللي هو الانجليش داي، وحده من لي كونسيبت الخاطرين اللي كاينين في المغرب اللي كيحتفلوا بيوم اللغه الانجليزيه على الطريقه الامريكيه، واللي تاسس في المدينه ديال الغزاله سميتها قنيطره 1979. بون هذا ماشي موضوعنا، حنا عندي هضره مع خوتي المرافن وخوتي ولاد الساينس والديبولوجيست ولا ديبولوجيست ولا الديب، حتى الكاترويت والرائد وفاتميزو والناس اللي باقي الصيف غنهلكم شي كاع دوك الناس اللي ظلمتهم في هاد لاشين، ديك اللعبه ديال ما كاين لا فاتميزو، ما كاين لا مهدي بلاك ويند، ما كاين لا ما كريم عيقتي علينا بدوك البلانات، ما كتبوستي والو. صبرا جميلا يا آل ياسر، باقيين جايين بلانات. راه هاد الصيف غادي نتفرغ ليكم واحد شي شويه، غادي لاشين غنعطيها حقها. ميم كاينين بلانات كيتعلقوا ب امور تقنيه وهادي غنتفرغ ليها في الصيف. فشكرا صبرتوا معايا هاد المده كامله اللي كنت فيها وسط السنه الدراسيه، وخوكم تيلقى بزاف الوقت باش يسجل وباش هادي وسط المشاغل ديالي كاستاذ ديال اللغه الانجليزيه ومؤطر ومفتش ونيمت وداك البلانات. خوتي المرافن ولاد الساينس الى اخره. وحده من الخالدات نقولها بحال هكا ديال الراب المغربي هي سوكري سالي ديال المورفين، درت عليها ريفيو بالدارجه. وانا كنامن، انا كنشوف قنوات ديال امريكانيين والمانيين وناس من مختلف الجنسيات كيديروا دي رياكسيون على الراب المغربي بلا ما يفهموا. الموسيقى كتوصل ولكن الهضره ما كتوصلش. انا واحد الكونسيبت اللي كنت ديما باغي نديرو في الشانل من نهار بديت ومن نهار لقيت التفاعل معكم هو انني نترجم الراب المغربي، نوصلو نساهم في اني نوصلو للعالميه، خاص المراكنه والاوروبيين ماشي غير يفهموا المورفين وبوست فلو والديب وغيرهم، بل ماشي غير يتمزكوا ليهم بل يفهموهم. هادشي اش كاين هاد الكونسيبت ديال سويت سالتد سكري سالي بلونجلي. غنبدا ريفيو اللي ديجا درتو بالدارجه، غنديرو بلونجلي اهداء لخوتي المرافن وخوتي ولاد ساينس اللي كيبغيو المورفين، وخوتي ولاد الديب ولاد الكاترويت ولاد رائد ولاد الكتبه اللي كيبغيو المورفين باعتباره المؤسس الحقيقي ديال الكتبه في المغرب ديال الراب المغربي. وتحيه لك اخويا مهدي، توكلوا على الله. نقلبها انجليزيه دابا، تبعوا معايا. شوف المرافن واخا ما تكونش كتفهم لونجلي وداك البلانات ماشي مشكل، انا معاكم، انا غنشرح بلانات وتخيل انت امريكاني كيتفرج دابا في هاد الرياكسيون ولا في هاد الريفيو ديالي. By the way, I love this. This is like the most lyrical, like the favorite rap song of Morphine for me, as far as I've heard him. Alright, the boogeyman has come here just to scatter your toys, because he is the boogeyman. He is the guy who can scare kids out of their wits. And I'm a man of acts and words. Like when I say something, I do it. And just, hit that motherfucking syrup of virility of survival of life or whatever you might name it, that syrup shit, that mixture of medication, that bowl that makes you alive in the hospital. I'm playing solitary and there is like a set, like a pile up of files in front of me. Here it's got two meanings. The first one is the fact that, you know, it refers to the ordinary clerk in Morocco who has a lot of shit, a lot of work to do, but he's playing solitary. You know, that card game on the computer, it was famous by the time this like music hit was launched. And, you know, second meaning is the fact that I'm playing alone, because solitary means, in French, solitaire means alone, being lonely, being not lonely but alone, but somebody who is like a lone wolf. I'm playing alone. I'm playing a lone wolf besides or versus or vis-a-vis all the crowd around of rappers who make a whole gang, and I'm alone and I can match them up. Alright, I'm inside the swimming pool, but I still hear those bubbling sounds of the niggas upstairs, like by the sides of the swimming pool, and I can't figure out what the fuck they're saying. It's just simply because I'm inside that swimming pool where my ears are not really in function, and at the same time those motherfuckers, like, they sound like weird egos of the Moroccan situation, especially that this track was launched by the time Moroccan and Algerian rappers went into a beef. Yeah, we greet each other just by a canal. You know, the canal, like that kind of salute that was interpreted in one of Dieudonné, who is a French comic, in one of his shows. It was interpreted as an anti-Semitic or against Jew shit, like kind of salute. And like the show had the name of 1905, but I believe that here Morfin, the singer, the rapper, is somebody who is trying to say, like, my niggas, like the people who flow up with me, my homies, my fans, just like, we don't need to grab, we don't need to hug, we don't need to kiss. We just greet each other by canal, which means we got a symbol together. We got a, like, some kind of appellation symbology, symbology. What the fuck am I saying? Symbology. Yes, that's the word. Alright, axe might be the axe, you know, that kind of thing with which you chop shit up. But it might, in Morocco, it's a kind of deodorant that you just like spray around yourself to keep yourself from being resentful to others. Right, once I did some math, some calculations, you know, I calculated my way to the upper podium. I'm up in the sky, up in the height of performance, of sublimacy, and of supremacy. You know what? Don't give a shit, my homie. Let's just skip it. Rappers are on the table, and I have the appetite of Bisilla. Bisilla, guys who are not Moroccans, or Moroccan guys who want to learn this in English. You know, Bisilla is a YouTube character, a famous YouTube character, whose main content is based on the fact that he goes challenging, or people go challenging him over eating certain shit, Moroccan cuisine dishes, in the fastest of manners, and he's never lost a war that way. Like, he's always reigned over. and won over.
ما كتفهموش الكلام تشوفوا فلي من كيديما تكنيك الاف بي اي ما دارش معانا السينما.
Right, I don't know. I was always skeptical about the meaning of this motherfucker 2 bars, like those 2 bars of talking about,
الكلام تشوفوا فلي من كيديما.
like talking, when I'm talking this way, you always gotta look right. I don't know if maybe because Morphine declared or announced at certain time that he had a leftist kind of ideology, and maybe this is what he wants to say here, because it's something that he, like, it's like, I'm always leftist, you always have to look right. But I don't know if I'm really, like, if I hit bull's eye in here or not. Alright, FBI technique, don't go cinematologic, like don't act, be real. Don't go dramatic. You will never find me where you left me. Alright, I move through time, but the problem is that it's my pocket. And literally here, guys, like talking to the pocket in Morocco means talking to the finances of life. Like, you are somebody who supports a family, or somebody who takes care of your kids, takes care of your wife, and you name it. So you just gotta afford for them a humane, a basic, a decent kind of life. And the problem is that when you want to move through time and try to invent shit, create shit, you're that kind of guy who will be stuck with the main basics of life, with the main necessities of life. You have to spend, you have to find food, you have to bring food to your family, you have to pay the rent, you have to pay the bills, you have to do a lot of shit. So you're not practically somebody who is up or available or having enough time to create shit and invent.
روحي وسطي كتعوم لحد الموسيقى بوي بصوب في دماغي كنكون لالكولا فولونتي.
Alright, so here my soul is swimming through creation, and I'm not that kind of body who would be willing to drink alcohol every time they need to invent some shit, to create some kind of to generate some new ideas in my lyrics. They say that alcohol brings, like, when you cross those red lines, like, through the help of alcohol, that means you're somebody who can, like, treat shit in a different way and phrase your shit in a different wording of facts. And here, it's true. It doesn't need alcohol, weed, whatever, to create. Oh, buddy, like, what should we do?
Sucré-Salé.
Sweet, salted. And here, the guy is referring to two paradoxes in Moroccan bars. And I don't know if you know about this. I don't know if it's the same thing in different places in the world. In Moroccan bars, pubs, whatever you name it, nightclubs, whatever you name it, wherever you go, like, the major pasta, the major the major tapas that is served to you, the major, like along with dish that you served, is usually salted, not sweet, because sweet makes you drunker, while salty makes you less drunk, and you might consume more alcohol in the pub where you're drinking, in the place where you're drinking, which will be more beneficial for the owner of that pub or that club or the whatever. So that's the game. I don't know if it goes around in the world or it's just in Morocco, because I've never drunk abroad Morocco, or I mean outside the borders of Morocco. Alright, my flow, like, lags behind, not lags behind, but is in the mile of Bach, Mozart, Vivaldi. Those great names of symphony creation that marked the world of music. All right, whoever got A plus would know that they lost it at a certain time when they heard us, because we're more than A plus. We're kings. I mean, I king, because he's talking about himself. All right, my brain is darker than the route on the way to Asfi, to Safi, which is a city in Morocco, and there is a route in between. I don't know if it still exists because this track is like 2 years old or something. And I don't know, it's like there are no light bulbs around. There's no lighting. There's no much festivity of life at night. So he's making a metaphor. Reference. I don't want to be an imam. I don't want to lead for prayers. But the problem is, like, the front row of worshippers came and kissed me to just like put me in the position of an imam. Right, Fassi Alad is a political, like, he's a Moroccan political character. God, like, may he rest in peace. And he was somebody who was like Kin's guy. Like, he would look out for his own folks in the party of Istiklal. And I don't want to do the same as Morfin, to look out for my homies. Alright, there is much to play in here. He's saying I'm not that kind of guy who would go around neighborhoods just distributing newspapers and you all just to keep you updated about what's going on around your country, the world, or whatever, because I'm not a newsman. I'm not a news deliverer. I'm not the delivery guy of the updates. Here he's making reference to the rappers who are trying to every time to portray the state of Morocco, the state of politics, society, whatever, in their own tracks, in their own songs. And this is not something that Morphine would do, because I'm not that delivery news guy. You know what I'm talking about? I'm somebody who is mostly in festivity with his own ego. Right, just, you know, scratch that shit, like grind that shit with the asphalt, and then it would create some I don't know, some kernels of light that will sparkle and maybe blind you to make you see what good rap is about. Alright, like it's a kind of arrow in an arc, and you're just, you know, aiming for some shit, and you got it like bullseye. That's my rap. Alright, everybody's talking me, but nobody's gonna get me. Everybody's staying up just to see how to figure me out and do some shit about what I do and how I do it. And if they got anything against me, they might see how, or seek means how to attack me if they can. Right, everybody's got has got the helmet, and, you know, has got that copy ink that makes them say the same things, the same shit I do say. That is, they just copy paste me. Yeah, we never say shit we never can do. I don't know who this motherfucking Nicholas is. I don't know Genova. I know it is a candy, and I loved it at a certain time, but no, I don't like sweet shit. Alright, I can write whenever I want. I can launch a song, like a rap song in the morning. I can launch another one in the afternoon. It means like my pen is full of ink and my brain is full of ideas. I can produce shit whenever in abundance.
الادرينالين بحال عرفتي الطرابون.
Right, a lot of adrenaline because it's like, you know, that kind of guy who is like not parachuting, but flying in the air with a certain kind of wide umbrella, that wide. I wouldn't call it umbrella. I would call it like, I forgot the technical term, guys, in here, but you know, when you floating in the sky and coming down to the ground, to the earth, is so fucking slow that you got a lot of adrenaline production to deal with.
المشاكل تواجهنا من إبيزا، الخير ما عندك علاقة مع الشمس.
Yeah, I mean, being good has nothing to do with being lucky.
كطيح في درعي ما شتيش وسالينا.
Man, if you fall in a well, don't give excuses. Just say, I ain't seen it. Okay, guys, homies. Played a little bit in here. Try to explain sweet salted of morphine in English. I'd love to hear your reactions either in Darija or in English. خوتي شكرا لكم. انا باش نقول واحد البلان في الاخر، راه والله العظيم ما مسالي هاد السيمانه بالضبط، ما توقعوش مني زعما شي خدمه كثيره. راه هاد الفيديو اللي لحتو غير باش ما نتخاصمش مع شي فانز ديال الشانل تيقولوا لي فين غابر، و درت فيه لو مينيموم ديفور لان عقلي غيتفرقع بحوايج اللي متعلقين بالخدمه كما قلت لكم. فرقيت راسي غادي ندير رياكسيون على ريفيو على طراك، ديجا درت عليه ريفيو بالدارجه، يعني ما محتاجش مني خدمه، محتاج مني فقط انني نهضر باللغه الانجليزيه، وهادشي اللي درت. ف تحياتي لكاع الاساتذه ديال اللونغلي في المغرب. all the love. كنحب المبدعين and I don't like تهلاو الدراري بلا ما نبقى نطول في الهضره. صافي فهمتوني ياك؟ فهمتوني؟ هزولات. انا غنسد دابا.